speaking truthfully. I'm not sure why we keep fighting. You just go blame the bad timing and made it to me speaking truthfully. I love you more than you love me.
G'day guys, my name's Dave Trent and welcome to another GuitarZero2Hero song tutorial. And in today's lesson, I'll be teaching you how to play Truthfully by DNCE. So for the basics of this song, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning and you'll need a capo on the first fret of your guitar. Now this song sounds really great and it's all finger picked as well, so you won't need a pick. Now for the picking basics, for every pluck that we're going to hit in this song, it's going to follow a same formula. It's going to be the bass note of whatever chord you're playing, and then the third, second, and first strings with your index, middle, and ring finger. So for example, if we're playing a C add 9 chord, which looks like this, it's the same as a G chord, but you move your middle and index finger down one string. Our bass note is the 5th string. So we're going to be plucking the 5th string and the third, second, and first strings all together, like that. And that's going to be a common theme throughout the whole song. Any chord that we're going to pluck is going to be the bass note of whatever chord it is. Let's say, for example, we're playing a D chord. We're going to be plucking the bass note, which is the 4th string here, and plucking the third, second, and first strings with these 3 fingers. Alright, so let's get stuck into the intro of the song. Now there's 2 sections that we're going to learn for the intro here. The first section is going to be based off 4 chords. We have C add 9, which I just showed you before. Then we have G, and we have D, and we have E minor 7. So for E minor 7, you're going to take your index and middle and put it on the 2nd fret of the 5th and 4th strings, and your ring and pinky will go on the 3rd fret of the 1st and 2nd strings. And your bass note is the 6th string there. So we're going to pluck the C add 9 once, and then we're going to drop our hand and do a slap. So to do that, you're just going to drop your picking hand onto the strings to get this percussive noise. So that first pluck will be on the 1 beat and the slap will be on the 2 beat. In fact, the slap is going to be on the 2 and the 4 beat throughout this whole song. So we're going to be dropping our hand to get this percussive snare on the 2 and 4 beat throughout the whole song. So 1 and 2 and then we go to our G chord and we're going to pluck this on the 3 beat and on the end beat after the 3 beat, so twice. 3 and then we're going to slap on the 4, and for that first bar we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we go to our D chord and we're going to play this on the 1 beat and the end beat after the 1, so we're going to pluck it twice. 1 and then we're going to slap on the 2 beat. And then on the end beat after the 2, we're going to go straight to this E minor 7 and we're going to pluck that. And our bass note is the 6th string here. And then on the end beat after the 3, we're going to pluck it one more time and then slap on the 4. So the second bar sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And in total, that first section will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Make sure you follow the tabs here for clarification on the timing and what strings you need to pluck. Now we get to the second section and it's going to be almost identical to the first section, except after the C add 9, we're going to go to an E minor 7. And then when we get to our D, we're going to hold on to this D. We're not going to slap on the 2 beat. This is one of the only exceptions where we don't do the slap on the 2 beat. And then we're going to slap on the 4 beat. So the second section will just sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And that's it for the intro. Now we get to the verse and it's really easy because it's basically the same as the intro. Except the first little section that we learnt is going to be played 3 times and then the second section is tacked on to the end. So the verse will just sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. Now we get to the chorus, and the first little section of the chorus is very familiar. We play this in the verse, so it's just that C add 9, G, D, and E minor 7 with the same finger picking pattern as well. We play that section twice, then we get to our next section, which is a tiny bit different. And there's 4 chords here. There's C add 9 and G, so that remains exactly the same. But then we go to B7 and then E minor, but with the exact same timings and plucks. So the B7 will be plucked on the 1 beat and the end beat after the 1. Then we slap, and then we go to an E minor and play that E minor on the end beat after the 2 and on the end beat after the 3, and then we slap on the 4. So this section will sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... And then the third section of this chorus is exactly the same as the first section, it just shortened. So we have the C add 9, we have the G, and then we hit the D, we just hold that until the 4 beat where we do the percussive slap. So we're going to miss out on the percussive slap on the 2 beat there. So the third section is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So in total, the chorus sounds like this: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 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 2, and 3, and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now after the first chorus, there's a tiny break, and it's really easy. The first section is very familiar. It's the first line that we've been playing in all the sections. So C add 9, G, D, and E minor. And then the second section is just the same, but just shortened, where we play the D and then we hold on until the 4 beat where we slap. So the break is really simple, and it just sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 that's only played after the first chorus. Now we get to our bridge, and the bridge is going to differ a little. The timing of our plucks is going to change a slight bit, so keep that in mind. We're going to start with an A minor chord, and we're going to pluck this on the 1 beat, and we're going to slap on the 2, and then we're going to pluck it on the 3 beat, the end beat after the 3, then we're going to slap, and then on the end beat after the 4, this is where it differs, we're going to go to a C bar chord here, which looks like this. So we're going to bar the 3rd fret relative to the capo from the 5th string onwards, and then our middle ring and pinky will play the 5th fret of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, like that. So we're going to pluck this chord on the end beat after the 4 now. So that first bar sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're going to pluck that C bar chord again on the end beat after the 1. Then we're going to slap, and then on the end beat after the 2, we're going to go to a C minor chord. So we're going to change our bar chord shape up to the minor shape, and then we're going to pluck that on the end beat after the 2, and then on the end beat after the 3, and then slap. So that first section will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then for our next section, we're going to play a G on the 1 beat, then we're going to slap. Then on the 3 beat, we're going to pluck the G again. And then on the end beat after the 3, we're going to quickly change chords to a D/F sharp. And the D/F sharp is exactly the same as a D, except you're going to reach your thumb over and hit the 2nd fret of the 6th string. And that's going to be really quick, so it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and then slap again, and then we go to an E minor chord on the end beat after the 4. And that E minor chord is going to continue on for the rest of that section. And the timing of that E minor chord is going to be similar to that first section. So all the E minor plucks are on end beats. So that second section will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then our third section is just an A7 chord, so middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. And we're going to pluck this chord for 2 bars. So all the timing will be essentially exactly the same as the last 2 sections, but we're going to hold onto one single chord the whole time. So just refer to the tab for the timing here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then for our final section, we're just going to pluck a C add 9, hold that for 1 bar, and then pluck the D and hold that for 1 bar. And in total, the bridge will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 then after the bridge you just repeat the chorus twice, and that's the end of the song. So now I'm going to be playing through the entirety of the song. I'm going to have a vocal track on top for some context. So feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
I was always the one dodging phone calls from every girl that I met in my bed. But then you came around like a brick wall. You knocked me out of my head. Had me treating my Mondays like Fridays. Had me flying so high with no smoke. Always dreaming of you, always with me. Damn it, I feel like a joke. Speaking truthfully, I'm not sure why we keep fighting. You just go blame the bad timing and made it to me. Speaking truthfully, I love you more than you love me. Getting more of your time was a challenge. Had me begging you like a schoolboy. Started treating me like a bad habit. So now I'm left with no choice. Speaking truthfully, I'm not sure why we keep fighting. You just go blame the bad timing and made it to me. Speaking truthfully,
Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. If you've enjoyed this and you want to see more in the future, then hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any updates. It would mean so much if you hit that like button, leave your thoughts, comments and questions and requests below, and I'll see you next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.
One's just barely getting by, but these people raise me and I can't wait to go home, and I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes.